Hey there, YouTube. This is the 3-year review of my 2011 Camaro 2SS RS. When we got this car, it only had 11,300 and about 18 miles on it, I believe. And now it's a little over 19,000 miles. As you can guess by the mileage portion compared to the year, I don't drive it very much unless it's sunny outside and nice and warm. That's about it. What's unique about this car is that it is one of 25 cars that was done up by Berger Chevrolet in Grand Rapids, Michigan. In the year 2010, they only did 20 cars plus, I think, 2 prototypes. 2011 saw 25 cars. They either did 2 or 4 prototypes, and then 2012 only had 2 cars. So with their package, it consisted of these nice painted on stripes, which in my opinion, this is how GM should have done it from the factory for SS models. If not paint, then at least do vinyls that are this long instead of ending at the hood. Also did a black front end. The Heritage Grille was actually an option in 2011. They hand painted the blue bow tie, and if you can pay attention to those chips, those are from large bugs that did not like my bow tie when I was driving to a car show. They also put the car number on every single car. This car number is 11BC21. That means it is for the year 2011, BC, I believe, is Berger Camaro, or it's Berger Chevrolet. 21 is the 21st car, because in 2010, as I said, they only did 20 cars, so they stopped at 10 BC20. So this car is actually number 1 of the 25 cars they did for 2011, and it happens to be the only silver car. So we're going to continue to the back, continued with the nice painted black stripes, also the body color shark fin. We have our custom SS emblem back here, our black tail panel, with a nod to the big blocks of the first gens, the black bezels with the taillights, and that looks really beautiful. We have our blue bow tie. I went with a custom license plate, and our By Berger emblem on the trunk panel. So as far as for exterior, they did that. Custom forged line wheels. They're 3-piece. Those are 20 by 9.5s in front, 20 by 11s in rear. I wasn't sure how I felt about it in looking at the pictures because we bought the car actually sight unseen, never did a test drive or anything. So I actually got really lucky doing it that way. I know other people that I know did not get that lucky when they bought in a car like that. They usually got something that was either beat up or just, needed a lot of work, something like that. But no, this car actually came out very, very well. And they did the SS emblems on the fenders like a 4th gen has, which to me looks really, really good. Got rid of the Camaro emblem and then did this nice Prescribed Power by Berger emblem right underneath on both sides. So anybody who knows that emblem, kind of, if they drive up to the car, they kind of know, yep, this is not your everyday stock Camaro. Inside, the only things they really did, the Hirsch short throw shifter. And then we have our other emblem that you guys probably can't see very well in there, but in the cup, it says 11BC21. So for the car number. I'm a fan of the Hirsch short throw shifter because of the nostalgia portion, and tying in with the gauge pod and the steering wheel and everything, it really, really looks retro. At the end of the video, I'll go over the pros and cons of this car and what I like and what I don't like, which essentially are the same things. So as far as what's packing under the hood is we have our nice LS3 power plant, but Berger was nice enough to do something very, very special for their cars. 2300 blower from Magnuson. So thankfully, I'm here in California. That is a carb legal blower. I don't have to worry about trying to find a buddy to help me pass smog. Years and years ago, that was a thing to do, but have a family now, so it's not really in my cards. So, Maggie blower, the intake, that's about all they did. Stock exhaust manifolds, stock cats. The exhaust, though, is a custom exhaust by Sweet Thunder in Michigan, in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Sounds very, very beautiful. One of my other videos actually has a really good sound clip of it. And to me, it sounds amazing. Now, for the suspension wise, they went with Fought suspension, and I believe it consists of coilovers, bushings, and sway bars. So it handles very, very well. So the pros of this car, the number one thing would be I'm never going to see another one like it in person until I go back to Michigan for one of the Berger shows. Then I'll actually see at least one in person. It's a real head turner. The way it sits on these wheels, the way it rides, especially the way it's fun to drive, especially with the supercharger. It always pulls very nicely. The interior, it actually has really, really good visibility. I've had 3rd gen Camaros, I've had 4th gen Camaros. The visibility actually is not as bad as a lot of people make it seem. I've test driven a couple 6th gen Camaros. The visibility in those is a lot worse to me. So, but I've had this, like I said, 3 years, so the visibility for me is not that bad. The cons of this car, it would be the stereo is, thank God I have a supercharger. I can hear the whine on that. So, but the stereo is not that good. There's really not much bass. The treble, you can make it really, really clear, but sometimes there are some songs where there's quite a bit of bass and you want to hear it. You don't really hear it in this stock Boston acoustic system. But driving the car, pressing the gas pedal makes me feel just a little bit happier every single time. For some odd reason, I'll do another video with the trunk. I don't know why people make a trunk video saying that, oh, there's not much room in here. What do you want? It's a 2-door sports car. It's a 2-door muscle car. It's not going to have a lot of trunk room. This isn't the car for that. If you want a car with a lot of trunk room, go buy a 4-door or buy a crossover, an SUV or something. This isn't meant to go do your full grocery shopping. Yeah, it's not meant for that. I'm trying to think of any other cons. Oh, you know what? The one biggest con for me would be I love being able to drive a car year round. And with knowing how rare this car is, I don't actually want to drive it in any other temp condition, aside from it being sunny. If it's sunny, it's 50 degrees, 60 degrees, hey, I'll drive it. But if it's between that and 110, oh yeah, I'm driving that thing. But if it's raining, nope, it's not coming out of the garage. If it's foggy, nope, staying in the garage. I don't even drive it very much at night, but I think that about covers it. Oh, you know what? The Hurst shifter would be a con. I like the look of it. I love the nostalgia of it, but the notchiness in every single gear, I absolutely hate it. But since it is a part of the car's package from Berger Chevrolet, I don't have any plans of changing it out because that'll take it away from how it originally came from the dealership. The only things that I know that were upgrades from the dealership, if I want to I'll get the 6-piston brakes up front, and then I'll probably have the calipers actually painted that same blue as the bow ties. I think that would actually look really, really good. So far in my ownership of this car for 3 years, the only things I've replaced, the battery. I've only replaced the battery. The one when we got it, it wasn't very, very good. It only made it until I think it was like August, I think, when we replaced it. So I don't know, not even 7 full months actually. It would do that real slow crank, and thankfully I did my research on Camaro 5 actually before I even bought the car, of looking for, okay, what are the things to look for when you buy these cars. Thank God it's an LS3. I don't have to worry about that active fuel management displacement on demand crap. But everybody also did say the next thing was, well, watch out for your battery because there's not a close enough ground in the back, and do a ground from your bell housing to your frame. So I went ahead and replaced the battery with a brand new one. It'll be 3 years old this coming August. I don't run a trickle charger on this ever. I've never had any issues with this. I did put that ground cable from the transmission to bell housing to the frame. So I feel that definitely helped it. The other thing that I saw a lot of, oh, you know, these go bad on these cars, is when you run the AC on max AC and you run it as cold as possible. The way I grew up, if it's warm outside, put the window down. If it's too warm, put the window down, drive a little bit faster. We had working AC when I was a kid, and that was just what we did. So when it's just me driving this car, that is exactly how I do it. I put the windows down, I put my arm out, and I suffer through it. Now, obviously, I have 2 kids. If my 2 kids are in the car, I don't do that. I have the AC on, but I make sure not to put it on full max just because I don't want to possibly break that blend door, because, you know, if it's getting fixed, it'll be getting fixed the right way, which means I'll be taking it down to Chevrolet and having them do it. I'm not going to tear into this thing. So that is about it. As far as my 3-year review, I don't feel bad about buying the car. I don't look back on it and wish I wouldn't have gotten it. I love the car, and I hope to enjoy it for many more years. So go ahead and hit that like button if you can. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have a comment, whether it's a good comment or a bad comment, hey, that's your opinion. I really don't mind. But just feel free to say anything you want, and I will post up more videos. Hopefully the next video will be a driving video. So you guys have a good day, and I'll catch up with you soon.